Happy holidays, everyone! So now with Thanksgiving being over, we are in the process of the holidays. I am very excited. It's one of my favorite times of the year, and yeah, there's so much to like. It's like cozy fireplace, it's like Christmas trees, it's just love and warm and everything. And not to mention the holiday packaging from a lot of the brands and stores I like is just amazing. So if you are a package fiend, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, just ignore it. It's a thing. I am here today to do an updated review, and I have been thinking about doing this because one, I've been reorganizing my handbags. I think I would have inserted a new area to display my handbags. If you've followed my channel for a while, you'll know that in my old place where I filmed, I also had the same setup where it's actually behind me and it's just like a glass case, metal frame kind of thing, and it has all of my bags. So I've been sort of doing that, reorganizing. So one of the handbags that I did see during the reorganization of my handbags is this one. This one is the Chanel 20S mini square lambskin pearl crush in black color and gold hardware. Whew. Bought it right away after shelter in place, and I was skeptical because, you know, this is my first lambskin from Chanel that I purchased. I have one other one, which is a Diana, but that one's vintage, so it feels less stressful. But this was, I knew I wanted it because it was the pearl crush, meaning it's adjustable in its length. So I'll go into that in a little bit. But yeah, this is what we're gonna talk about today. In case any of you are looking to get some holiday stuff from Chanel, I heard that they might do holiday packaging, but later this year. So hopefully there is, because I love holiday packaging. I did get the beauty, I don't know if you can see it here. I did an unboxing on my Instagram and IGTV. So if you're interested in seeing that, I'll link my Instagram name here, which is Clutch to Carry All. So you can go check out the unboxing of that one. The packaging is gorgeous before I unboxed. I mean, it still looks gorgeous now, but just telling you that if you want to see the whole thing. The other packaging is here from Dior. This one, my essay sent to me. He's so lovely. Oh my gosh, look how pretty this is. I mean, it's just the details. Dior always go above and beyond with their details. Anyway, so this is the Dior packaging this year. I'm still waiting to get the Louis Vuitton one this year, so we'll see if I can do it, and I'll try to update you guys. But yeah, anyway, the reason why I want to update this is in case you do want to get a bag or something, a present for yourself or somebody this year, and you want to take advantage of, you know, if Chanel does have a holiday packaging, I wanted to let you know my thoughts on this one. It's been 5 months since I have had this in my collection, and while it's been harder to bring it out, I do wear it every so often on the weekends. So I'll give you all of that, like the wear and tear, I'll give you the pros and cons, I'll give you the, you know, if I would recommend it, all of that in the video. All right, so I have some notes here. I wanted to make sure I cover everything. I'll try to put timestamps below so that it'll be easier if you're just interested in one of the things, but I'll also try to list everything I talk about here. If I cannot find the link to that item, I'll try to list the item code. If I could find the item, then I'll just list it. So, you know, it's probably easier if you just clicked on it rather than me trying to type it out, because I think there's a lot of mistakes that can happen when I try to type out the long product code. Okay, let's get started. First and foremost, wear and tear on this lambskin. Like, what do I think, the hardware, etc. So let me just bring this closer right now. So this is actually how I store it. It's on this metal holder. I have I don't know if you can see from there, but the chain actually goes around here, which I think is actually really good, because then you don't want the metal chain resting on the leather. When you do that, it could leave imprints. So right now it's just suspended where the bottom touches the bottom of the bag touches the bottom of the metal stand. What that does is so it doesn't crush the quilts on the bottom of the bag. So I take the remaining chain, because I've shortened it, right? And I just loop it around just to like sort of so that it doesn't touch itself. So that's sort of the setup here. Now, if I take this off, this is what it looks like. The reason why it's called the Pearl Crush, and you might already know about this, is because of this bulb right here. So the bauble is important because there is a push mechanism that if you were to push it, it will loosen or tighten this. I don't know if you can see it, depending on if you pull or push, it makes the chain longer or shorter. So it essentially allows you to wear it like a shoulder bag, or if you want it really long, you can wear a crossbody bag. I know it's hard to see because I'm obviously really close to the camera, but you could definitely see how I wear it on my Instagram, again, at Clutch to Carry All. So hopefully that will display the versatility of this bag more. Now, this is lambskin, so I'll hold it closer. In terms of the wear and tear, I would say there isn't any on the front. Here is the antique gold metal. And then what I was telling you about the chain, I've lost my chain of thought, but the chain, I would also say there is no wear and tear. It's gonna be hard to see every single chain, but I can tell you looking at it, the leather in between the chains, as well as the chain, has suffered no wear and tear, scuffs, or like anything going through the bauble. So I know some people have been worried that, oh, if you keep pulling it like that, wouldn't that, you know, cause strain on the leather and the metal going through it? I have not seen anything. And the ball itself, even though it's big, it hasn't really caused any issues for me, and it hasn't gotten any scratches for me as well. So back to the leather. The leather is lambskin, like I said, but I have not noticed any scratches, any scuffs. I'll show you the corners. Again, you can see that the corners look good on this side as well. And I guess the back pocket, this is the side that rests against my clothing. And I mean, it is a dark color, so you can't really tell color transfer, but in terms of scuffs or lack of luster, it's not there. So I would say it's pretty good. And then I'll open it to the inside. So here you can see that there is the antique gold hardware again, but I would say that there isn't any scratches over there. I haven't seen too much creasing. Like you can maybe see a little thing starting there, but there's not that heavy creasing. And inside the gold lining, gold leather lining. And again, I don't really see any big marks or anything like that that I can pick out. But yeah, everything here's under the flap, everything still looks great. And if I were to close it again, just to show you, it's empty right now, but you can see it still holds its shape very well. Okay, so that's the wear and tear. I am pleasantly surprised to say that I don't think this lambskin has suffered any wear. And I wanna say I've used it for the last 5 months. I don't use it every day, but anytime I get to like, you know, go run errands, I do try to wear it every so often, especially if it's a little bit more nicer. Like I wore it when I went shopping and stuff like that too. So I don't remember exactly. I want to say it's more than a dozen times for sure, maybe even a couple of dozen times. So yeah, not that much, but I, when I first bought this, was worried that the lambskin was so delicate that it would not have even survived that. I do want to say that I do not put this on the ground, so that's probably why this has never seen any scuffs. There's no feet, but I do put it on the seat next to me in the car, so it does touch that, but not the ground ever. So yeah. But even then, you know, if I'm wearing against my body, there's no scratches here, and it's still so, it's got that luster in the leather still, so very gorgeous. So I think that's all I can say about the wear and tear so far. I can give a further update. Generally, I'll do an update of the bag if someone requests it, or if there's some like bad things that happen to it. Otherwise, if it's just normal and looks great, I don't remember to give you an update, but definitely let me know if you want to see updates of my other bags, and I'll try to do them here. All right, the next thing I want to tell you about this bag is my favorite way to wear it. My favorite way is crossbody. Like, I just love this crossbody. I think it gives you a lot of control over the bag instead of having it flop around if I wear it on the shoulder. I think if I wore it to a more dressy event, I would shorten this and wear it as like even a clutch or a short shoulder bag, but because I wear it more casually, no parties to go to, it's definitely crossbody. All right, let's go into the pros and cons. I'll do the pros first. Pros is it is a gorgeous bag. Look at that. It just screams luxury. It's so luxe. Every time you touch it, it feels so nice. It definitely feels more luxurious than the caviar leather, but it does feel more delicate at the same time. I love that it's convertible strap. I've been saying that already, so it's very versatile in the way that I can wear it. As a bag, it's perfect for my height, so I think this is the perfect sized bag as well. I'll show you what can fit in just a little bit. There are a few cons, and that is the fact that it is lambskin, so while I haven't seen any wear and tear, I do still feel a little bit more nervous carrying it out. I do consciously think about it to make sure I don't bring it to a place. For example, I went to cut a Christmas tree down today. There's no way I would have brought this one. Like, I'm conscious of that, but I don't know. I'm still a little worried. I know there shouldn't be that much to worry about, but it's still on my mind. So that's definitely still a con. The strap is a little thin, and I understand why, because it has to go through this bauble. If it's a thicker chain, then this bauble becomes bigger, which probably wouldn't look so good, and it makes it very heavy. But I haven't noticed any issues with carrying this chain, maybe because the bag is so small, so that like even if I filled it up, it's not too heavy and it won't cause strain on my shoulder. But I could see that if you put something very heavy in there, the thin chain might eventually cause some strain on your shoulder. And I think one of the cons is the fact that it is quite expensive. I believe this one, actually I don't know the current price, because I think they raised the prices. So if I find it below, I'll link it below, I'll list it below. But yeah, it's definitely not an inexpensive bag from Chanel. So that is definitely a con. I wish it was a little bit less expensive, but who doesn't, right? So next I'm gonna go into what can fit in here, and it's surprisingly a lot. So that was one of my pros, right? Like the fact that this fits my style, my height, but also fits everything I need. So here's the bag. This is a square mini. It's similar to their caviar square mini. So the fact that this is a pearl crush doesn't change the size of it. It's still like the other square mini bags. Now, I just show you a few things that I normally keep in there. I have a zip card case. This is from Senreve, but you can also obviously put in one from Louis Vuitton, one from Chanel, etc. This is quite bulky, but I'm just gonna plop it in there, and you can see that it falls right in, no problems, right? I also generally carry a Louis Vuitton key pouch right here. This is in the Damier Azur. I've been loving it. Has my car keys in there, so you can see that it's a little fat. And then that sits perfectly there as well. And then I definitely carry a lip balm, so here it is, and that slides easily right there. What else? I have this is kind of big, this is kind of chunky, but a Chanel egg cream, so that can sit on top, and it can close. So just show you right there. It's not too full, and that's what it looks like. But let's say you don't need the hand cream. I have a pair of sunglasses here in a soft case. So these are just my Tom sunglasses here. And I have it in a soft case so that, you know, these glasses don't get scratched, but I don't want to scratch the inside of the bag, so it's just sitting right there. And then I could just plop this right on top. And again, just close it. There we go. Here's the side and here's the side. Sometimes the cloth gets caught, so I have a pretty large sunglass case. Like, it doesn't need to be this big, but yeah. Say I don't need such a thick zip wallet. Let's say I want to bring a thinner one. Here's another one. This one's very similar to the Hermes Calvi. There's nothing in it right now, but this one's from Senreve. This is one of my favorites too. I love the two-tone color, and this one's at an amazing price point, so I would highly recommend checking this out. But let me just slip that in there. So when you slip that in there, there's definitely more space. I don't know if you can see that. You can also slip your cards in here if you don't want to bring a card holder at all. And I have the Pixel 5, the Google Pixel 5. That's the biggest thing. It's like, can it fit a phone, right? So there we go. It slips right in the front there. You cannot put it into this middle section because it dips in a little bit, but if you slip it into the front, it lies perfectly. An iPhone Max will not fit in here, I don't believe. So I think you can do it diagonally, but that cuts a lot of your space. So if you have a regular or small iPhone, I think it'll fit. But I'll list the dimensions of the Google Pixel 5 below if that would help. But yeah, see, I just want to show you. It slips in even with the case very easily right there. So I could try to put my sunglasses on top. Right there, the Tom sunglasses. Maybe a smaller baggie would help. But yeah, I think it'll fit. Yep, there we go. The side looks like that, the side looks like that, but yeah, it does get quite heavy if you filled it all the way to the top here. So, but I mean, obviously not as heavy as like a tote, but I'm just saying like in the small space, yeah. So I think it could fit a lot, fits my essentials for sure. If you have a bigger foam, it's not gonna fit, but I have in a pinch, like plopped it in the back here. This is the back pocket. It does pop out from the front, but if you just want it, you don't want to open the bag and you're just gonna plop it in there, it could definitely fit. It'll just pop out right here. In which case, then you could technically put your iPhone Max because there is more space on either side. So you can just slip it in here temporarily. The last thing I want to cover here is whether I would recommend it, and if I were to lose it, would I purchase it again? So it is a absolutely yes, I would recommend, and yes, I would repurchase if I ever lost it. I hope I don't, but yeah, I love it a lot. I think I've said this before in my other videos, but the fact that the minis only have 2 grommets, meaning you cannot adjust the length, most of the mini rectangular and squares from Chanel are too long for me. And so if you cannot adjust it, it makes it a bit of a problem, right? But the fact that this is adjustable is a game changer for me. And so the fact that they have this option is definitely something I would get again. And I don't think I would get a mini square or rectangle like a regular one, not with the adjustable chain, because it would not fit on my body frame very well. The other reason for why I would recommend this as well is because I think the bauble here makes it look much more fancy. I think that, you know, like, I don't know if you can see it, it looks really cool. Currently for the holiday 2020 season, their bauble, instead of being all gold like this, I think has crystal diamantes on it. So I don't know if I've seen it in person, but I remember seeing it on the website. So if I could find it, I'll link it. But I also know for the cruise collection of 2021, they have more of these available. There's a square one, I think in like a coral color, and there's a rectangle one in a like blue color. They both look really pretty. I'll list it below if I could find it. But in terms of Chanel flat bags, it's still at a good price because all of the classic sizes, so the small, the medium large, the maxi jumbo, are all like skyrocket high now, but these ones are still like, I don't know, reasonable in comparison. It's still very expensive, but I would recommend it because one, it will only keep going up. So if you don't like it, you can always sell it and there's always a market for it. But two, if you like the versatility, this bauble, it's definitely worth it. So for me, I definitely will repurchase. I think having something like this definitely replaces a lot of my other smaller bags, which I don't know. Now I don't know what to do with them. Maybe I'll sell them. So I don't know. If you're interested in a vlog sale, I know a lot of people do that, but I've never done it. So I'm kind of like, should I do it? If you're interested, leave them in the comments below and let me know, you know, like if I should even do a vlog sale here, like if that's even a thing. I don't want to like bore you with a random sale video or something. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know because I have been cleaning out some handbags and there are some where I'm like, oh, I have duplicates. I don't need 2 of them, you know? And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll link everything I've mentioned here, including all the accessories and everything below if you're interested. If you have any further questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!